World of YouTube, Careful Sight here. Been having difficulties with the screen recorder, trying to find one that will record audio, damn it. I think I found one. I don't know what went on with my first one. Maybe I had it so long I had to delete it and redo it, but I don't know. I think I'm going to see how this one works. Yeah. But sorry for the side view of the camera here. But this is a Maura Murray thing I wanted to go over. And mind you, sorry, my phone case is in the way. I made a new phone case. I'm going to be doing a video on that. I had an idea that I put on it. Now I got to make another way of making it. The case came out pretty good. But in other ways, damn it, I cracked my screen for putting a button on the damn thing, and I shouldn't have done that. Now I gotta go get my screen fixed. Damn it. Hey, you in there? Hey, I see you. Anyways, in all seriousness, found a comment. And one thing I've said about Maura Murray's case is the biggest piece of the puzzle and the biggest important piece of evidence that needs to be looked at. Whether or not looked into, they did do a small search, I should say, for this truck, red truck, but it was not good enough. All right, this should have been done, more properly searched, and they should have went up and down the the whole state. They should have went up and down, all of New England, Connecticut, Rhode Island, whether or not it was in Massachusetts. They only did a tiny search for that truck, say so to be safe, and I was very disappointed in it. Because in this, as we will read, you will see, there's a Jeremy Rathbun from saying it. But, of course, the claims have been whatever. They could be fake, they this or that, or made up. Whatever the case may be, all in all, let me see something. It's still recording, great. Hopefully the audio's still on. All in all, very disappointingly. Whether this is a true, but obviously it had to have been in ways, but they also say this guy could have done a fake claim for whatever reason, why anybody would... why anybody ever does a fake claim. Oh, I was the killer. I'm the murderer. Or I seen this. Maybe someone just wants popularity. But of course, this ain't going to get you the right popularity, because you're going to get looked at as being a very stupid person if this turns out to be fake. And then in the future, people are going to look at you as the guy that, oh, yeah, you fake bastard. What the hell's the matter with you? But in all seriousness, it is just, it sucks. It's there, the story, the tale, or whatever you want to call it. But then again, it's like, oh, it's not there. And it's just like if you saw a missing person and they disappear. And, but you see the sightings, people see the sightings. But it ain't real. It just get all your hopes and dreams of finding that person or knowing what happened and then smashed on the ground. But other than that, this case, only if that red truck was hunted more. It should have been hunted more. I think it was poorly searched. If there was a witness that saw that damn truck, that would have been the first thing to continue to look, because, right, the cadaver dogs followed Maura's scent all the way up to the part of a road and stopped. And, right, it wasn't out in the woods. She got into a damn vehicle. And because she didn't want to get in trouble, right, because she had to whine all over the place, she already got into one accident. I mean, it's sad to say this poor girl, right, had some, very probably depressing times going on. And she was probably looking for, some comfort. And her boyfriend at the time, fiance, was obviously just a little bit too much. Being away long distance, supposedly found out cheating on her. So, I mean, there's a lot of things that can run through a poor girl's mind when, right, she finds out devastating news. And obviously, what she did to find this next person and being very, vulnerable, led to her demise. But if you've already been reading this, you can see that this guy claims a few others hiked around Lake Tar, the reservoir, some months, if not years after Maura Murray's disappearance. And there on a logging road, a few others observed a man with something in the back of his red truck. Mass plates, barrel, red liquid. Common description of bear hunter. Well, it seems as if the location was completely wrong, and this hike took place in April of 2004. All this in new claims by our old friend James Benjamin Wynn, who's made some rather burnish claims online over the past year. This new round is some pretty damning content and rather clumsily connects certain outside claims in this case together. I say this because while all this went down, Wynn claims he was in Afghanistan, but he's had years to put this together, and why is all this being dumped online? Well, let me tell you something. Reading this, and say if this did happen in April, and, it pretty much sounds like this could have went down. And the only reason why I say this is, obviously, maybe you think of this. Whoever is running this red pickup truck would lead you. I gotta look up that case now. The one in, I want to say Burlington, Vermont. It was a similar woman, case. Woman disappeared. Excuse me, damn it. In Vermont. And it was like, I tried, and I probably did in some ways connect this case with the Maura Murray case. I forget her name, but it's up on my, on my page. But this woman was in Vermont, and I'm about to think that this guy in this red pickup picked up her too. I mean, obviously he's a friggin', right, serial killer and has nothing better to do with his life. But not only that, I mean, could that too? And I gotta look up that, because she went missing right around in the same year, I believe it was, as Maura Murray. And if I want to say it was before her, and could have rightfully been in the month of April, I will have to look up that again. But just think about that being said, that if this Vermont girl, and she was the one that went missing from the Black Lantern, If you need to look up that case to see it, I got to go back on that and look at the date. But if you want to look up that, the Black Lantern in Vermont, that woman, too, went missing in the same year as Maura. And wouldn't that be shocking if this was in the month of April, or even right around it? So I do got to go back into looking into that, because it was closing time out there. What I theory I did on that one was her car was found. I think it was her car, was it? Something was found a mile away near a barn or something. So I think that, a mile away. So I think this SOB parked his truck at this barn, walked to the Black Lantern, was stalking this woman, jumped in, somehow got in her car. And remember, this is the Black Lantern. This is out in Vermont. I'm for damn sure this woman didn't lock her doors, hopped in the back seat, and when she left her shift, he hopped up, grabbed her, told her to drive to the barn. She must have tried fighting, because I think the case was that her car was ran off the road somehow. So I thought the scenario of she tried fighting him off, but by the time they got to that truck in that spot, he put all his power to get her there, and got her in his truck and took off, and that's why the car was found. That's my thought, theory, and idea on that. Not accurate. But I think that if there was a serial killer back then, could he have had her body and dumping it off there in April? If this was the case, remember, if a serial killer, finds a secluded place, goes out into these rural towns, these underrated towns, to find his victims. Hey, that's what they friggin' do. And it could have rightfully happened to both these women. So that's why I say that if anything of this story, and of course it don't say if this guy took a lie detector test, truthalizes claims. That's the first thing I would have done as a detective. If someone came out with these allegations, get your ass in there, take a lie detector test. I don't know. These are some of the comments. And Wynn has clearly spoken to Rathbun as the ultimate source of his claim. Just regurgitating the claim with an incorrect location. Numerous times where his discovery happened, and it was Warren, Piermont, New Hampshire, no question. I've had conversations with Mr. Rathbun, and he's privy to other people's conversations, as well as having spoken with the police officer he reported this to, and I don't believe a word he said. Details of Rathbun has provided have changed over time from account to account. The time he saw the ranges from spring to June in different accounts. The clothes were never mentioned. He initially reported this, and he and his wife and the only other witness to any of this have both been convicted of falsifying material testimony under oath. In one conversation with someone else, here he claimed to have 4 old computers with Maura's stuff on them. Well, I'll admit that Carpenter should have been ruled out as suspect. He should definitely not be considered. His claim alone. Carpenter. We go back to him. Thunderbolt. Still out there. She thinks Carpenter, because he had a red pickup. He is if anybody don't know, is the husband of Maura's sister, but I don't know whether it was him or whatever. This red pickup bit should have been, slammed down on the table and thoroughly searched for. Up and down New England, searching, let alone traveling through Massachusetts looking for it. And if it was rightfully the 112 dirtbag, he only lived in near Amherst, near the college, one town over. So I mean, why this pickup truck? And if Carpenter, right, could have been the killer for whatever reason, maybe had an affair with Maura and didn't want his, her sister to know. Because, right, there's Maura all vulnerable, whatever the case may be, or he wanted to have a relationship with her, or just sleep around with her, because, right, she was vulnerable, and she said, no, now I'm going to go tell my sister. That could have been a possibility. But, yeah, that's my thought. Maybe he made a pass at her, didn't take it well, and I'm going to tell my sister, you're cheating? You want to cheat? Yeah, that's possibility, but was his red pickup truck ever searched? I mean, come on. Whatever the case may be, and to this day, I forgot this, if he was dead or not, or ended up dead. I forgot Thunderbolt did mention something, he was sick. I think that's what it was, he was sick or something, but yeah, of course, Thunderbolt, I keep telling her that the red pickup truck in the last conversation in the comment I got was, yeah, to do more research, she, how can I say it, she finally met the end of the road. Because that red pickup truck's the only thing in this case. The only thing in this case that's still, the big key and the big piece to this puzzle. And that thing could be long gone. And I mean, I'm questionable to how, I don't even want to say it because I don't want to give out no hints. But I want to call somebody. Let's say I want to call somebody to ask somebody if they ever received, let me put it in a riddle, received something that at that time and disposed of it. That's all I want to say, because I don't want to reveal what I want to do, just in case. But to see if there's any records, any record at that time. So that being said, because I believe where I want to call to, I don't think they can, I don't think they dispose of what they have because of the numbers, if anybody knows what I'm getting at. But if you don't, I mean, I gotta reveal this in a right sketchy way, because what I want to do, I don't want the person finding out what I'm doing, because I do believe that the murderer watches my videos. Oh, yes, he does. You sneaky SOB. I know you out there, huh? Peek through that hole, yeah. I see you. But anyways, whatever this guy was saying, Froggy is connected. Conviction, classified testimonials, coincidence, circumstance, what? Around this, around that. Don't use that word much. All these are weird, though. Lake, Tarleton, Warren, Mass, and Commons Pond in Warren, New Hampshire, and such other weird. One I found in Rutherford seems like somewhat uncommon last name. Here's one where that Petrit Vassy, I covered this too. I found the bar he was at and everything, and struck in a hit and run. What I thought about that, and I do believe it was the friggin' guy with the red pickup, because that was one of Maura's friends. I'm thinking maybe if I said this, that they were hanging around a lot. And when this person maybe was, following him, I know this guy was stalking Maura. I mean, he was obsessed. And Maura kind of resembled the blonde hair type, skinny frame type thing like Molly Bish. And I think that person could have been, because that other guy they had, the guy with the cigarette, yes, it was claimed that was not the man. They didn't find that man. I don't think they had somebody, but I don't think it was him. It wasn't even him, so that Molly Bish and out in them areas, that roundabout of all them sections from New Hampshire down, Western Mass, I believe, at the time, Jeff Rathburn. Yes, this is talking about the kid that got hit. Jeff, who knows if they're related, the other Rathburn. But that is strange. Very strange. Well, yeah, there's so many things in this case, man, that makes you effing dizzy. You can spin all night coming up with thoughts, theories, and ideas. And boy, oh boy, would you ever think this case would be solved? It will never be solved until you find that red pickup. One more thing, deleted so many story changes I have him. Jeremy saying that it was he and his wife and the man had one thing leaking red fluid in the back of the truck, and plastic had been frozen. Anytime going to Dole Network or Nameless Entries. I don't know what that. All I know is, man, this case, man, will always forever be a riddle. A maze. I've already said it a million times. As of now, right, seeing the billboard with her face on it out in Worcester now. People are going to go insane before this case gets solved. I've said it numerous times. And without that red pickup, man, this case is just gonna be lingering around. Someone had, devised the perfect murder when they did this one. And this 112 dirtbag, whoever it may be, I mean, I still go back to that first nut case, but you'll never know. We will never know. All I can say is this woman got down and depressed, got very vulnerable, ended up, I think, meeting someone online when it was first getting heavy. Went to meet, was going to meet up with this person, and right. And back then, think about it. Not having the technology we have today, and right, the more people that put up fake stuff. Like I said, I know a guy that was trying to find dates online. This was back in 1998 or 99. No, wait a minute. Yeah, 99. It was 99. And right, he says, oh, I got these people, these women, man, they put these pictures up. Look hot, smoking, skinny, blah, big breasts, blah. He's all about these women, and all of a sudden he goes and meets them there. He's like, oh, they're big and fat, blah. He's complaining like, you stupid idiot. And I mean, even back then, man, that was the thing on these dating sites, let alone hookup sites that were just coming out of the, out of the woodwork, getting stronger by the, the day. And right, putting up them fake photos, lining up the victims. I mean, it still goes on today, man. It's sick. That's why I gotta be careful, man, trying to find someone online. It's hard to find someone online that, right, you believe it's them. And when you find them and get to them, it's not. So, with that being said, beware. And the way this woman was going with her life, it's sad to say, but then again, man, who knows? I mean, if these people had these allegations, and it don't even say if these places were ever searched. And if that's the case also, it's like, what are you doing? Whether it's a, false place, whatever. Take the time and search it. I mean, if there's something there, but it ain't, it's still worth the search. And just like Brian Laundrie, that's the name, bro. Dirty Laundry, whatever. Look what they did for him to go find him. A big mass search. All right. That was like, to me, the first time in history I've ever seen something like that. And they ain't gonna stop. And that's the thing, man. You have these searches that goes on for weeks. But yet, it's not enough. It's not enough. These searches should go on like the Dirty Laundry search. That's what they should do. They want to find someone that bad, and they found them. That's right. Everybody needs it. And even the sleuths out there, the YouTubers. Hell, if I was somewhere out that way, I probably would have went and started searching. But yeah, you need a whole army. And when you got that big army going, and it wasn't back in these days that much, they did do their big searches, but it ain't enough. And the way they did Brian Laundrie's case of that search, that's how it should be. That's how it should be. Big army nation. And I think this woman would have been found, but hey, that weirdo with the ticket, 112 dirtbag, right at the ski loft, right around the same time Maura was out there. That guy right there, what the hell was he doing out there? If he wasn't stalking her, what was he doing out there? Was it just a coincidence? Or go skiing? He didn't look like a skier to me. And when he did that anniversary video, and he did all this crazy crap on the internet, speaking this crazy lunatic tongue, stories he posted, And he was in the alumni, he is in the alumni of the same college, Amherst College of Maura Murray. Yeah. And he's not even a suspect no more. He's just some wacko fruit nut. He's a fruitcake. He ain't got nothing to do with it. How the hell do you know? Picturing up in his picture on his page of him sitting in that red sidestep pickup. That's a fruitcake. And they just, he ain't it. That's insane. And that's the thing. If he had a pickup, where'd he put it? Got a funny notion, I know, but I still got to do that search, hopefully. I mean, I was going to do it a long time ago, but then I get to thinking maybe it won't be there, maybe they don't have it, but it's worth the try. Until that next video, folks, be safe, take care, and hopefully one day this woman is found and laid to peace the right way. There's no way, chance in hell she's still living. Beware, people out there, because that dirtbag is still out there. Out.